book lovers, it's Jenny at Julia Baby Jen, and this is Friday Reads. Okay, today is Friday, April 28th. I can't believe this month is almost over already, and it's almost May. Hard to believe, but I'm really excited for May. So, right now the weather is so gloomy and rainy here, and it's supposed to be gloomy and wet and cold all weekend. So it's gonna be a reading weekend for me. Stay inside kind of a weekend because it is just so miserable outside. So I do have some books to share with you that I'm hoping to read this weekend. So on my Kindle right now, I'm reading Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. And I'm about 37% into this right now, and I'm really liking this. This is a sci-fi adult story about, it's kind of told from documents and files. And it's basically about these huge robotic body parts that they start finding underground all over the world. And they're putting them together to make a giant robot. It's pretty clear they come from something pretty otherworldly. And there's a huge mystery involved with that. So that's about as far as I am right now. They've uncovered some of these body parts and they're trying to put together this robot. So it's really interesting so far, and I've heard it compared to The Martian. So far I don't like it as much as that, but I am enjoying this. This is a pretty good read. I just started Bright Smoke Cold Fire by Rosamund Hodge. I started this last night. This is really interesting so far. This is basically touted as a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, and it's kind of a dystopian, post-apocalyptic kind of story, where it sounds like kind of a viral thing, like zombies has taken over the world, and this one city is safe, but they do use magic, so there's some fantasy involved in this as well. And so you have the Mahanyans, or however you want to say it. And then the one family that's supposed to be like the Capulets are called the Catastro or something like that. So it's kind of a backward society, but basically they use human sacrifices to keep power and magic in their walls so their city is not attacked. And it's slowly not working anymore. And in this story, basically, like the Juliet is called the Juliet, and she is raised from a child with all kinds of magic, and she has all these magic symbols on her, and she's basically there to protect their entire family. And so if anybody is hurt or harmed, she has the compulsion to kill whoever did it. So it's just kind of like the justice bringer of the family. So the story starts out right away with her cousin Tybalt being murdered by Romeo, who she is in love with, from the other side, and she refuses to kill him, and she's supposed to. And so they kind of betray their families, and it all goes wrong, and then two other characters get involved with this. So I'm still kind of in the part where we're learning what all this means. It's a little confusing, but right now it's a lot of world building, but it's interesting. It really has me kind of captivated on what's going to happen next. So I'm on about page 100 in here, and there's like 400 pages. So I've just barely started it, but so far I am enjoying this. It's really interesting. So yeah. And I started a few days ago the little book of Hygge, Danish Secrets to Happy Living. So this is a nonfiction little book that basically explores the whole concept of Hygge, which is kind of like it's compared in here to what America would view as freedom. The Danish view Hygge in their culture. So it's kind of like its own word, but it kind of means comfort and happiness kind of a thing. And so this is just exploring how they Hygge. And they use Hygge like as a verb, as a noun. They make compound words with it. It's like a major part of the vocabulary. I'm learning so much reading this. This is really interesting. So yeah, I've always been kind of interested by how happy the Danish are. They are known for that. They're one of the happiest cultures in the world. They're also the most highly taxed in the world. I don't think that their model would work for every country. In fact, I don't think it would work for very many countries. But for them, I'm like, go for it. Be happy. So it's interesting. I'm really enjoying this. And I think I'm going to try to use some of these practices in my own life, which is the whole point of reading this. So, and to get a little taste of Danish culture. I do want to visit Copenhagen someday. So I'm hoping to finish all 3 of those books this weekend. I don't think it should be much of a problem. And then I would also like to start and hopefully finish Seeker by Arwen Ellis Dayton. This is basically the last weekend of the month, and I need to finish this for my book jar challenge. I would really like to finish this weekend too. So all I know is this is a new fantasy series, and it looks really interesting. I got it as a bargain book, so hopefully I like it. That is my Friday reads. Leave me comments below on what you're reading this weekend, or if you want to chat about any of these books. I hope everyone has a good day. I will talk to you later. Bye.